we have indeed the Inkling versus Greninja matchup. Both very fast and quick characters. Actually, both have very low profile moves as well, so this will be interesting.
Like less aerials will be hitting and more people will be slipping.
I actually don't know if these play. I mean, they haven't played in Smash Ultimate, but as far as I know, they didn't play too often in Smash 4 either. So this is a fairly unfamiliar matchup for both, I assume. And iStudying getting the confirm out of the dash attack, but still, it's Space with the lead right now. Stays in center stage, wants to get that stage advantage right there, but it's iStudying that gets the hit. Spacing with the back airs. That's such a strong spacing tool for Inkling in neutral right there. The back air, it's such a strong move. It's fast, it has huge range.
And it has pretty low commitment. Like even if they manage to parry it or block it, you are going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Unless you just really space it.
You saw how he just low profiled under the jab but got hit because he came back up again, you know. That's the dash mechanic from Inkling.
That worked.
Yep. And that's the thing, iStudying is one of those people that will lap this character and find out new things that we all don't know about. Gets the booyah, but it doesn't quite yet kill. I don't know if he will still be able to get it. But otherwise, that's a very threatening thing. Doesn't need it.
That's the thing that's always exciting about people who actually just lap out of characters that you see less use of. Like like so far, we've seen mostly Inklings.
Yeah.
We've seen Snake, Roy, Crumbs, you name it. But there are a few people who actually see more. How can I put it? More into
characters.
Yeah, more into obscure characters. Learn things about them and actually utilize them.
Yeah, exactly. iStudying trying to get away from Space right there, but Space staying in center stage, waiting for his chance to get a punish and covering all the options pretty much that iStudying had there. Rather take the small punish, but the short one than getting a hard punish that you probably miss. Space getting his Inkling shield right there. Gets momentum, gets the forward air. iStudying off stage, Space with the ledge guard.
The ledge guard didn't quite work.
I saw the idea that he was going for right there, but iStudying being able to roll around and get back on stage safely. Gets the forward air on a regular get up right there. iStudying very on point with that. That's a very tight window actually. I believe it's only one frame.
Something like that. But something I also noticed, I'm not quite sure how big that hitbox is of up smash, because I see iStudying constantly utilizing it, trying to catch one of these options from the space here. Like, I do hope we will see it this game.
Almost getting the DI mix up with the forward throw, because Space obviously DIing the down throw away to not get the follow-ups in his face, but that means that forward throw might actually end up killing, like what almost happened right there. Space with 251%. Playing a lot of footsies right there, doesn't want to get hit, is able to avoid a lot of hits, tries to get the splat bomb as a mix-up on the ledge guarding.
If you just hold it one or two frames longer.
That was a bait from Space right there, because he was just walking back to cover the roll, but gets the back air punish, 8% on iStudying right now.
Jab finisher not being a kill move.
Ooh, that's good tag by Space. Well, the recovery will... Gimping Inkling is pretty difficult with that long recovery.
Well, definitely in hands here of Space, because you can see it yourself. Like, if I were in that situation, I would probably just die.
Gets the stock
but
with
he just managed to attack and get back up the stage there.
Yeah,
however, that up throw did take his stock, so now we got...
Yeah, and he's mixing up his timing on the recovery very well as well. He doesn't want to get gimped or anything, so iStudying with the ledge guard right here, gets momentum. Tries to get another hit. Space getting back to center stage, but iStudying aware of that, actually gets the trap on the landing shield. And this pressure by iStudying keeps going on. Now Space tries to get landing. iStudying getting away with that.
He actually wants to up there to read that air dodge there.
Yeah.
Like, iStudying is slowly getting onto these antics.
That's the stock, the up smash out of the dash attack, I think it was.
Yeah, it seemed like it, but the thing is, like, iStudying is slowly learning these habits here from Space, and he's adjusting to them. Like, there was this one point where he already knew that Space was going to directional air dodge away to the left, and he was already standing there, waiting to catch him right there with the forward air. However, he just mistimed it just a little bit. However, with this game proceeding to game 2, of course, we will see more of that. We will see iStudying.
I like how, like, with Greninja's down tilt and dash attack, I always had a hard time seeing which one of them was actually used. And now in this game, he can do both of them out of a dash, so it's like even more difficult to recognize.
It's gonna be really confusing, yeah.
Yeah. iStudying getting first blood right there, 20% down on Space in the corner, but Space with a jab gets Ink on iStudying, which is actually huge for Inkling. The character deals so much more damage when there's actually Ink on the opponent. Gets the back air already, seeing the percentage meter for iStudying go up significantly. Gets the booyah. Space trying to get in on iStudying. iStudying playing keep away right there. Doesn't want to deal with the grab combos from Inkling.
Which is only fair enough, of course. Like,
yeah.
Oh, he
lives.
That was a close call. If that was just a bit later, he would just drop straight into the...
I have a feeling that he actually buffered that down air right there.
On purpose?
It was probably a buffer into down air, which came like out 2 seconds later or something. Because for those of you that don't know, that the buffer window in this game is actually huge.
10 frames, right?
No, it's actually way bigger.
Even bigger than 10 frames?
It was like 10 frames in Brawl, as I remember correctly, the buffer window.
Yikes.
So right now, iStudying trying to keep Space at a distance. Space throwing this plat bomb back. I mean, if you want to fight with projectiles, I'll follow your lead, man. It's all up to you.
There we go.
Gets the forward air.
Right, iStudying is now going to play, I believe, the chip away game. The hit and run.
Yeah, and iStudying already with a comfortable lead. Forward smash, meshes out in time, so Space isn't able to get the follow-up. Gets the booyah again.
I do really like the word booyah.
Yeah, I like it. I like it too. That's not the kill.
No, good DI there from iStudying.
Yep.
Surviving as long as possible. Would actually booyah still connect? After staling and after at this percentage.
Not quite sure. I mean, Inkling still has low percent, so it could be possible.
Like rage from Inkling will not be a factor right now. Not yet.
No. So what we see right now is that Space trying to get killed, gets that down tilt on the 2 frame from iStudying. That down tilt is actually very strong against recoveries and against ledge grabs. Because of the fact that it hits very low, it has 2 hitboxes, so it might connect either one of them. Gets the back air kill. Great ledge pressure by Space right there. He's able to keep him from the stage, keeps the center stage himself, and just doesn't allow him to get back to neutral, right?
And like I said before, that back air is a low commitment, but such an effective tool.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you use that? Just to put a bit more...
A lot of ink on iStudying right there. Big multiplier on the damage.
Big damage.
Yep.
Just the big combos and the duality will be complete.
You know what I actually feel is like very underrated? Is the fact that when Inkling does roller, there's going to be pain on the stage as well. So for a character like Greninja, his movement and his mobility gets completely ruined by that, because he cannot like freely move around, right?
True, I do. There we go.
You see this pain on the edge of the stage for iStudying. On this side of the stage, it's very hard to move.
And it even remains there for quite a while, you see.
Yeah, exactly. So he just made that part of the stage very difficult for iStudying to maneuver around. Gets the up smash out of it as well with the punish.
I would say it's a very unique tool in Smash for stage control, because it's so absurd actually.
Yeah, exactly. And what we see right there is iStudying getting the momentum, gets the up air, doesn't quite kill yet. Space at 134%. And iStudying getting the punish on the dash attack or the trap. Tried to commit there, but iStudying was ready for it.
He actually saved iStudying. Oh no, never mind.
We aren't saving boys here, man. Just spiking him. He's like, man, you ain't suiciding against me. I want to get that kill myself.
Boy, you ain't lifeguarding anyone. You are going down.
See, I can kill you.
But that was actually so weird. Like, it was almost like, oh, he's going SD, and oh, he actually survived, and oh wait, no, never mind.
He didn't.
It's like, hey man, do you have some trouble? Yeah, I have trouble getting up. Okay, and then this person just helps the other person up, and then decides to stab him right away and just push him off again.
Yeah, exactly. You want help? Okay, bye. But we are going to game 3 with a 1-1 set count right now. Very tight games between iStudying.
It's a best of 5, right?
It's a best of 5. Okay. Yes, luckily it is. Because I wouldn't want to see a best of 3 set between these two titans. So right now, iStudying landing with the back air, gets the damage on Space. Space with a jab again, the ink on iStudying, which will multiply the damage. The Splat Bomb covering the regular getup. Space immediately starting out strong. He's found his rhythm against iStudying. I think he has found a solution to the way iStudying likes to play. And now it's up to iStudying to get the counter adaptation.
If you think about it, it's just counter adaptation against counter adaptation.
Yeah.
The question is how long can you keep how long can you keep adapting to these kind of tactics until you eventually hit a wall or just are out of games?
I mean, if you're like Space or iStudying, you probably can do that for quite a while. So gets the back air pressure to there. He's able to get away, almost getting forward smash. iStudying very on point, but Space getting the grab punish again, immobilizing him on that part of the stage. That means that iStudying has to jump or accept that he will move slower. And I like how Space is actually using that to his advantage as well, because that roller was probably not necessarily meant to hit, but just to scare him into a position right there.
Yeah, because he knows, even if he doesn't hit the roller, of course.
Okay, so Booyah doesn't no longer work, but he doesn't need it. He'll just get the 4 there.
But what I was about to say, that roller, even if he doesn't confirm it, it does put a bit of stress here on iStudying. Like, if I get hit by that, I'm gonna eat lots of damage.
Yeah, exactly. And we saw iStudying already getting the stock back. Didn't even take any percentage. In fact, he is the one taking percentage on the second stock first. So Space trying to get the spacing right there. See what I did there? Okay, I won't do it anymore. Anyway, iStudying trying to land Space with the momentum. So gets it there in the down air, the dunk.
That was very, very quick, very clean.
Yeah, that was a very strong down air right there. Gets the nair first and then just sets iStudying up for a quick stock. And now Space has a huge lead.
This is such a healthy lead here for Space.
iStudying barely missing his grab, Space being able to avoid it. Was that due to low profiling or anything? Because I'm not sure if I saw that correctly. Space
I missed it with a blink of an eye.
We saw Space with a very steady and strong approaches. It seems like Space has got the download and iStudying again! Is that true?
I don't know, but it works!
I mean, he makes it work.
Yeah, he makes it work, and just like that, he does it twice.
He's just dropping the paintball gun on you.
Yeah, and this. Imagine what this must feel like right now for iStudying. Like, he has a setup, but he hasn't just figured out how to avoid it yet. Like, if he gets hit by that in such a situation, which way do I DI to?
He just got deleted twice. But if someone is able to get an adaptation on that, it's definitely iStudying. So he might find
his name isn't iStudying for nothing.
Exactly.
He is always studying.
He thought about that, you know.
It's always great when there's thought behind someone's name tag.
Yeah, exactly.
Which begs the question: what does even Zoetermeer means?
I don't even know. Don't ask.
I won't ask again.
It's a Google Translate name, actually.
That's even more horrible.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, iStudying getting a jab punish right there. Space trying to low profile the short, because I saw him right there. He was just trying to get the dash in the right moment, but iStudying be like, nope, man, you cannot approach me like that. The back air to grab confirm again. That's such a staple in neutral for Inkling. And it does like 30 damage, which is quite a lot for one exchange. Again.
And the thing I notice here, like, iStudying is trying to maintain the momentum of the game to a slower pace. However, Space is not allowing that. Space is just constantly on top of iStudying, going for move after move and taking the stock. Like, there is no room to breathe here, boy.
Exactly, and I feel like Space is at his best when the game phase is actually going a little slower, you know, when you give him the time to set up, when you give him the time to put on his thoughts, like, what am I going to do to get this neutral exchange? Gets a down tilt, tries to get a follow-up, setting with momentum right here, he gets a lot of damage. Didn't quite take that much damage yet. Space again going for like some fancy offstage spike, but setting with a get-up attack. Tries to gain some momentum back right here, but Space just preventing him from really getting it back. Although, honestly, the last couple of seconds we have seen iStudying getting up the gas and being able to.
Yeah, he's putting in the work now, but he's still behind, so he has to play this very carefully and not get too much collateral damage here from his interactions here with Space.
What I like about iStudying's playstyle right now is that what he's best at, he has a very strong defensive playstyle and a very strong aggressive playstyle. And right now he's just mixing up between the two in a blink of an eye, which honestly makes him really hard to play against, because adapting to one or the other, one after another, is really difficult.
Exactly.
Gets the counter and the kill.
That looked kind of wonky. Like, I'm not quite sure which way Greninja is supposed to go. Like, how does that work?
I mean, I think you can actually control the direction that he will go into.
You can?
I think you do, but I'm not completely sure.
That makes it a lot more useful, yeah.
Yeah, but like in Smash 4, nobody used that counter anyway because it was terrible and it would never actually got a counter to like.
The thing that always bothered me with Greninja's count is that you couldn't do anything with the generate substitute.
Did you see that? Because of the ink on the ground, iStudying didn't have the mobility to actually follow up on the nair that he landed on Space, and Space with the kill.
I do hope people actually do more with this paint on the ground. Like, it's definitely working out here for these crazy limitations to the opponent.
Exactly. Movement is important in Smash. If you can limit that to your opponent, then that's a huge pain, or boon for you, actually. I guess a bane for the opponent.
Exactly, but maybe we will see more of that in the future as it develops. Like Inkling players winning the neutral and then suddenly just painting the turf as if they're playing Splatoon, and then they're actually gonna use that in their advantage.
He low profiled the forward smash into the dash attack right there. Space just timing his dashes so well. He won't be able to get the booyah. I'm not sure if that's because he messed up or just because it doesn't work any longer. Probably the second one, because Space actually is very consistent at it. iStudying gets the kill. Space just putting so much pressure on him with that dash. Not acting actually, but baiting iStudying into choosing the option first. Gets the grab, iStudying staying in shield right there, and
Space wanted to finish it there. Wanted to finish it off there.
Again, the paint right there, limiting so many options for iStudying in there. Such a smart usage by Space of the roller.
Space is becoming more and more aware of the limitations iStudying is getting here from just walking on a painted floor.
Yeah, exactly.
Who would have thought that? The floor is painted, so please be careful when walking on it. Okay, then character start walking. The Space, right now, Space seems to be focusing perhaps a bit too much here. Oh!
Oh my God, Dennis!
That was clean!
Dennis! iStudying, man!
He does it! Like, I was about to say, like, Space is looking too much right now for a kill move. He might get himself in a very perilous situation. There we go!
Look at Nui on the background, he's totally right, oh my God, iStudying, taking it to game 5. He's like, dude, you gotta calm down a bit, man. I still got my combos and my stuff too.
Exactly.
Got the down air into 4 there, confirmed off stage. That's a very bold move, actually.
Space thinking to himself, which stage does he want to go to? Or will he switch character? Because I do see the character select screen, even though I'm not wearing glasses.
As far as I know, Space doesn't have a secondary, so I don't think we're gonna see a character switch.
Hey, you might never know.
And I don't think that after that amazing finish from iStudying right there, they will stick to their characters.
Well, maybe they didn't want to switch characters, but they are definitely planning on counter mesh moves.
I like this pick because Space thought it was actually working out for him, so he's like, you know what? That was an interaction that was unfortunate for me, but very strong for my iStudying. But other than that, I played this game very well, so I have no reason to pick a different stage. I think I should stick with it. And I like when people do that, when they're confident in their picks and stick to them. So right now we see Space off stage. iStudying trying to capitalize. Space getting momentum back with the up throw up air. The bread and butter, you know. The directional air will get punished. A lot of space covering by iStudying right there.
Yeah.
I mean, he just confirms every aerial into a grab at this point. So the damage for Space at 95.
There's a big struggle right now for stage control here, and neither side is actually looking like they are actually capable of holding onto it very long.
Yeah, exactly. They're both just interacting and interchanging the momentum and the hits with each other. It doesn't seem like one party right now is walking away with it, even though the percentage on iStudying is like half of it, and that's the stock Space.
Like, if you can't control the stage properly, you're just going to chip away at your opponent, and eventually you can KO your opponent and claim total stage control. Yeah,
exactly. iStudying taking that stock. Space behind right now, but we saw what can happen earlier. Gets the forward smash, doesn't go for the up smash quite yet.
It felt like a weak hit. Does that move have a weak hit?
I don't think so, but I'm not completely sure about that. So as far as I can see right now, Space gets the booyah, doesn't kill. Not quite in the percentage hit. I'm not sure how big the window on Greninja actually is, but I could imagine that it's Probably pretty small because it's kind of small on most characters, but Space trying to regain his footing, gets the backer, spacing, iStudying off stage. Space gets the paint again. So again, so much coverage right there, because what you see right now too is that iStudying is being aware of it and just tries to play around it, which makes it harder to actually, or easier for Space to get it.
Like it's a free pass for stage control, which is very welcoming. Considering how the players interacting with each other, while not being completely able to maintain proper stage control, that paint is gonna help.
He keeps doing it, and he does it even more than before. Like he's noticing that it's working out too. Gets the nair right there.
And iStudying seems to be respecting it as well, as iStudying is staying away from the paint.
Oh my lord, the up smash on the landing from Space. Doesn't want to go to the ledge, but that will cost him. And right now, if
quite dearly.
So what I do like is that Space does get his roller on the counter.
He just does that, and we get the taunt there. Well, of course, it was a very good action there from iStudying.
And iStudying again with a pretty solid lead, but he had that last stock as well, and Space was able to come back. So this game is just momentum based to the limits right now. Tries to get the down smash again, but iStudying seeing through that edge guard option that Space likes to use, gets the get up right there with the down tilt. The Booyah, will it kill? No.
Not yet. iStudying is aware of it and just DIs the proper way.
It's pained under the platform. That's fun. That's good, because the platform will actually cover Space too for you, right? So it feels like you have two layers of like.
Oh, he misses it!
That's uncharacteristic for Space right there. Doesn't get the punish.
Space might be a bit on pressure here.
He is definitely on pressure, but who wouldn't against iStudying in this form? But he's definitely not out of it yet. It's 29% on Space, gets the backer. He doesn't thread it. He's like, okay, I missed that once, but I'll get it next time. Ooh, one hit. Oh, gets the 2-frame, and now iStudying without the jump, because in this game you actually don't get back your double jump after a 2-frame. iStudying gets the percentage on Space. Patient recovery by Space, gets back on stage, doesn't take too much damage right there.
Space is trying to look for the back throw here. You will notice him slowly trying to either get the back throw or perhaps a back air.
Gets the backer. iStudying is the one getting it in this case. Gets the backer on the ledge. Get up. Does it actually? Oh, the up air will kill. Yes.
That actually came pretty far there. I didn't know it would be able to do that.
iStudying probably didn't expect it either, because that would. Gets the backer. The combo. This is the up air in late percent. Gets a roller. Tries to get the down smash follow up to get a lot of percent on iStudying, but doesn't quite get it. iStudying in pain though, probably not for too long. Oh, Shuriken, will that be it? Good air dodge.
That could be it.
Is
it? Yes, it is.
And iStudying will win 3-2. That interaction with the down air was actually key in this set in the end.
I do believe we got ourselves a very exciting set from what we've seen.